Hello viewers, I'm SP and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, the Warden and the Paunch, where things are stabilizing. I hope that's not jinxing anything to say, but stabilizing-ish. We have some issues to clean up here, but I think we should actually be in pretty good shape. I'm assuming, yeah, Todbringer's not going to be able to reach Beckhofen, so if we take that back this turn with Oglock, we might be able to stop Todbringer at Kappelberg, which would be pretty great for us, actually. And to be perfectly honest with you, I might just burn Kappelberg to the ground. It's like the odds of us actually taking over... Where even is Kemperbad? Yeah, Kemperbad's all the way over here. This is a huge province. Holy crap. The odds of us being able to take over all this stuff anytime soon are pretty low. I don't think the Kappelberg has a lot of, like, strategic value for us. And if we leave it burned down, AI armies might stop to resettle it before coming to Beckhofen, so that would be pretty great. But that's definitely a later kind of concern. Our right now concern is let's go get our city back. Seems like it should be pretty straightforward, and I would expect this to be a really easy win. And then this thing. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do it manually. I don't think we should have to, but we're gonna. The auto-resolver does really, really overvalue walls, in my opinion. I think that part of the problem we're seeing here is just that it thinks that because they have defenses, they will be able to tear us apart, and we are going to prove that that is not the case, and then the auto-resolver is not going to learn anything from that, and we're going to have to do it again next time. Listen, all I ask is that the AI in Total War Warhammer be a true learning AI. Is that so hard? Is that so much to ask for? It's a ridiculous concern. It's just a little annoying that you end up having to fight so many siege battles over the course of a campaign. So, we are probably... Let's see, what would be the best way to do this? I want to set up far away from where our reinforcements are going to come in. I'm hoping... I kind of wish I hadn't clicked AI control here, actually. This is maybe a good case for not doing that. I'm hoping they'll just run toward the wall and try to scale it immediately. I don't actually know what they're going to do. But I think we're going to set up over here without anything like a cannon. It can take a little while to bring down a tower, but I think we might do it anyway, and then just run the rest of these units up into a location where they're not taking tower fire. Or, honestly, I might just, we'll probably just charge the wall. There's not really a lot of reason not to. The poor boys, unfortunately, can't contribute to the battle and will just suffer. Goblin guys... I'm going to spread them out in front and get them close to the wall quickly. They're going to absorb a lot of fire that way, but it's better than the Black Orcs absorbing the fire. We want them to hit the wall relatively fresh-ish. Wizard goes over here. I am going to leave Oglock himself all the way on the opposite side, because I want him to be able to get over the wall and threaten people. Alright, let's do it. So, we're hoping that they set up... yeah, they set up in a pretty lopsided way. That's really good news for us. Alright, Black Orcs. Make with the running. And then just some unit of boys get up here. You guys try to kill catapults. So we have two options here. We could try to blow up the tower itself. Direct fire weapons do way more damage to towers. Catapults are really not ideal for this purpose. Or we could just kill the crossbowmen. My thinking is that we're going to hit the wall pretty quickly. It might end up... shooting at the tower might end up being a waste versus just shooting at the guys who are operating the tower. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And hoping that our teammates, get in here fast enough for it to make a difference. I'm absolutely going to have Oglock just fly right in. We'll see how they want to handle that. I will go down there and fight spearmen with shields. I know they're anti-large. I don't even care. I'm not afraid of them. Let's have the cavalry just run way out of the zone that is controlled by towers. We'll have the rest of the guys move up toward the wall. Okay, I think that's reasonable orders for everybody. Oh, you also need to get up here. Okay. Am I allowed to cast Foot of Gork on a wall? Cannot use if climbing. Yeah, it looks like we probably are able to do that. We'll try to get as many of our units as possible out of this firing arc quickly as we can. Alright. Can you... Actually, it looks like they're abandoning this tower's control box pretty much by themselves. I mean, that's gonna that's gonna help, obviously. Yep, so they're panicking and running. Okay, well that's like a significant portion of the battle right there. So what do we have left over here? They do have Volkmar, they have some basic spears and stuff coming in. I think I'm going to... Yeah, I think I am going to go for this. Let's see how this works out. We'll do his buff and debuff thing. I'm going to try to break these guys down and present myself as a threat to the city center in the hopes of getting some of these units to go here instead of moving up to the wall. And it's hard. It's still early to tell exactly what our allies are planning to do here. Right, movement speed up. Get in there. Alright, he should have that under control. Out of the way. Ideally, only the catapults will be, yeah, only the catapults will be shootable here. If I have you target those guys, will you start moving? No, alright, it looks like they do have a shot. Alright, we're gonna be able to just take control of the wall pretty quickly. Do we have... We don't quite have the wins necessary for another stomp. But actually, we're killing these guys pretty quickly. And as soon as the boys start getting up here and engaging in melee, I think they're going to break. Should see a pretty quick turnaround on this. Yeah, they're already trying to run away. Alright, Uglok's doing fine. I'm going to have Uglok go kill Volkmar. Let's see if that works. It'd be pretty effective if we could just bring Volkmar down right now. And yes, our teammates are in fact just running for the wall. Okay, so yeah, we didn't need to spend any catapult time on the towers, which is nice because it does take a while for catapults to bring down towers. Yeah, sure. Fire over here. You are not winning at the moment. It's just, it seems to be really hard to deal damage to Volkmar. I think that's still the problem we're seeing over here. He doesn't take damage from anything ever. Alright, that's enough of that. Just disengage. Fortunately, it should be easy enough for me to run away. His big war chariot is not very fast. Alright, we'll just break down some of the enemy units over here. So we've got control of this tower. I'm gonna have these guys report away. I see what they're doing, trying to sneak up and take some pot shots at our dudes. Alright, looks like we control this wall. I mean, I see no reason to do anything other than just run down there and have at them. Right, Black Orcs can take spearmen, no problem. We'll try to get the Night Goblin archers up on the wall up here, and then just kind of all the rest of the boys get inside, and we'll figure it out once you're down there. Hoping that we can just take control of the tower, or the gate, rather than having to smash it. I cannot tell what Uglok is doing. He seems a little confused. As soon as he engages in actual melee combat, we'll hit the... There we go. Alright, he figured it out eventually. Yeah, see, he's doing fine work. Alright, the Black Orcs are slowly getting down on the ground. Hey, you guys can maybe be doing a little something. And I mean, I think at this point, they are correct. It's just not possible for us to fight Volkmar, so there's no reason for us to send anybody to the middle. We're gonna need to use archers and stuff. We're gonna have to bring in the whole crew for the part where we kill Volkmar the Grim. little frustrating how tough he is. So we do have some guys over here who could use a little bit of a catapulting. Yeah, go for it. The catapults are going to have to move up for this, but that's fine. And maybe we should just roll the boars up and take out the gate that way. Because, I mean, it's not like any of the towers around the front are able to shoot at us, and they don't really have any ranged units left on the walls. All they have are these guys. Okay, we have some archers making some real questionable decisions over here. Really not the way I wanted them to execute the order. I mean, it's my fault. I gave them an order that could be executed in more than one way. And so, of course, they chose to execute it in the dumb one. Well, he really just doesn't... He's having a hell of a time finishing the job. There we go. Nope, he can't quite figure out how to land. Yeah, a wyvern's a temperamental beast. That's a thing that I think I know about wyverns. Probably. That's a thing that's probably true about wyverns. I don't really want him to just be hanging out over here being shot at by a couple units of archers. I mean, I guess just get up on the wall and do that. It's like my, we taking control of the gate? Where's the gate? Where's the gate control indicator? There's supposed to be a little symbol above it. No, it is still held by Reichland, but it's just sitting open, which is, I guess, why we can't issue orders to attack it, because it's already open. This shouldn't be a problem. They have units on the ground coming in from behind. We should break those guys down pretty quickly. We're gonna have to put together a very thorough victory on the ground here, so that we can have all of our units flood Volkmar at the same time. Because that's the only way this dude's going down. Looks like almost everything up on the wall is dead. Just a couple of units left to grab. And I mean, Oglok's doing he's doing a pretty good job of holding his own against these dudes, at least. It seems like he's taken literally no damage since the health potion wore off. Although, to be fair, we are looking at some pretty low value enemy infantry here. Let's have a bunch of you guys. I don't know what everybody's doing, but get over here and, like, help. Participate a little bit. It looks like we have the gate. I'm gonna roll through here. So, we have 2 units of spearmen who appear to just be running for the back wall, and I think that's it as far as... Oh, no, there's one healthy unit of spears over here, too. They are getting trolled, and we can drop a wyvern on them from the other side, and that should close that up real fast. I mean, I'm fine with just pursuing these guys to the back wall and breaking them there. That speeds our job up a little bit. Where are my boar boy biggins? We could charge Volkmar. Let's try it. Let's see if we can get some people working together on this dude. They're bringing in the trolls already. We can get a nice anti-large charge going here. We'll show up and nuke his stats and buff our allies, and hopefully this will be enough. Get him, everybody. Oh, his health bar moved. This is a grim tiding for him. Can't seem to get the boar boy biggins to actually commit. I don't want this unit of boys up against 2 units of spears by themselves. Where is everybody else? I guess those spearmen never really broke. Let's move some stuff into the square. We have a bunch of units over here that could be helping. Really do need these, what on earth are my units even trying to express to me? I cannot make heads nor tails of these voice lines. You guys, come over here. Because obviously, if the spearmen push up, we just walk in behind them and sit in the town center. And it looks like we found the right balance of units to actually deal damage to Volkmar over here. He's having trouble dealing damage. It kind of seems like he's stopped attacking. He's not doing his little, like, bump maneuver anymore. Maybe he's stuck. The Boar Boy Biggins have trapped him with their mass. I mean, that's pretty good news. Oh no, my hidden units. Alright, let's make sure he stays poisoned. I'm pretty sure that the archers that the WOG unit has are just normal goblin archers. They don't have the poison. So it is important that we apply it ourselves. I don't know if black orcs are necessarily going to be super helpful here. I'm going to have them try to make it to the city center. It seems like he's pretty much under control. All that's left to do is wait for it to finish happening. Let's come over here and pump up some of our units. Okay. Alright, we've got a surrender from everybody except Volkmar, who I assume is unbreakable, and that's why he is not surrendering. But it's fine. We got him. We never even got close to having a WOG available there. So that was the battle that the auto-resolver thought was probably going to be like a dead heat. Now, the battle against Drakenhof is probably going to be considerably more difficult, because they have like a real garrison. They'll probably have mortars and stuff. I'm a little bummed out that the high-level orc garrison building doesn't give you a catapult. It's a very common feature for the other factions, for the top-level garrison building to have good artillery in it, so that you can fire at the defenders as they try to take the wall, and then once they take the wall, you can fire at them up there on top of it. It serves a valuable purpose. We unfortunately just don't get to match, which means that orc defensive forces are always going to be a little bit weak. So this kills him. We have the Todbringer army to the west. It's not a full force, and it's not in a good position to do anything to us during the next Reichland turn. So I think this might stabilize us for the moment. Of course, we destabilize the second they show up with 2 more full stacks, which, as far as we know, could be next turn, right? We don't have a good sense of their supply lines, and unfortunately, our scouts keep getting mysteriously injured. Alright, nice easy kill. This is McCoffin. I'm just going to do a normal occupy, because I don't want to crash the public order too much. I do appreciate that Volkmar is so determined to make sure that all of my units get the buff for defeating him, because it is really nice. Did we even know that guy was there? Is he in stealth mode, just hanging out in an ambush the whole time? Wazhampa One Finger has leveled up. So we don't exactly know what this does. It turns his poison into a better poison. I think we're probably better off, taking full army buffs. We'll get that stuff, but it's not a priority. Do we want to take Drakenhof this turn, or do I want to... I guess Tempelhof has the full garrison as well, huh?
Great and powerful, war boss.
How much of our public order is due to military presence? 13 points. But I guess at this point, Wazhampa's not the one who would fight a rebellion army. If it showed up, it would be over here, so... Yeah, where's my agent? You.
Yes, boss.
How far south can you? You can get pretty far south. Let's have a look over here. Doesn't look like they have reinforcements. I mean, they could have reinforcements at Needling. There is a bridge there. Hard to say. Let's not do a research. Let's go ahead and build up Zoyschenk, because we may need it to have defenses. Actually, we're probably not even going to be able to finish the defenses in time. We would need them relatively soon, because the Chaos forces are really close. But we do not have a good way of holding against Chaos. This is a really bad time for them to show up. Looks like we can turn extortion back on here. Oh, but there's literally no reason to do so. We're not making any money. Which means we also don't really need to upgrade this boss's shack. Alright. So I guess it's time to make these southern decisions. I keep getting distracted. We can probably take Castle Drakenhof. Can we see what's in the garrison? No. Even if we can't necessarily take it now, we want to start... What? You can absolutely make that move this turn. It's right there. Okay, well that's annoying. I feel very slightly misled here. I'm going to back up a step, and we'll just raid. Let's make 1,500 gold this turn. How are we doing on that raiding objective? Have we finished it? You have to assume we're... Oh, wow, we're not done. Well, we're at least close. This is going to get us a lot of the way there. I haven't been doing that much raiding. It turned out that that raiding was less fun than sacking. Also, didn't actually get my fancy swords yet, because we still need to raid the moot. We were going to. We had a plan to get it done. I'm gonna go ahead and retake Mordheim. I certainly hope that they don't have an army in a position to come and punish us for doing this, but I think that this as a move that defends the momentum we have down here is reasonable. If there are armies at like Obersteyr or Needling and they're drawn toward Mordheim to kill Wazhampa, that's probably better than them coming down to interfere with this other thing, even if it is itself pretty non-ideal. Alright, so Rudiger Dietezen doesn't have a force that's capable of fighting 5 units of boys, I don't think, so like any place's garrison should be up to the task of dealing with him. It's really just Todbringer and whatever's in the darkness that we have to worry about, and we know how these men roll. There's definitely going to be stuff just out there, just outside of our range of vision. I am hopeful that somebody will press the Empire from the other side. I mean, Clan Morse is at war with them. It's a pretty huge force, and they're like directly to the south, I think. So they might press on Reichland's southern border and force armies that way. The Norskins might press on the northern border. Basically, we have a lot of people who legitimately might help us. We have to hope that they will. Alright, he's disappearing back into the mystery forest that has been a problem for us on so many previous occasions. We're in a position to just pursue him. Oglok's army is in great shape. Yep, and here come the Chaos Warriors. Again, showing a pretty green face to us. I do not wish to non-aggression pact with you. You guys, absolutely not. There is no way I'm letting you drag me into war against Bretonnia and the Wood Elves at this moment. I am very busy. Okay, apparently I did a thing. Raid an enemy of the Skull Smashers. Okay, cool. Plus 5 diplomatic relations. Certainly not why I did it. Alright. We are experiencing some raiding. There's a weird bug where, like, when you raid with a Wog army, the normal army raids in the location you're in, but the Wog army raids in the nearest location of yours, which is why we're seeing that notification about orcs raiding Eastern Sylvania. Not really anything we can do about it. Okay, let's see if we can get these Chaos dudes to agree not to attack us. You know, we're still trending northward with them. I know it says low. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna non-aggression pact. I'm gonna offer you some money, because it sure would be extremely cool if you would just like not be a problem for me. Oh, it says moderate. Ah, all right. Well, we're not gonna be able to get that. My guess is if he wasn't willing to do it for 8k, he's not going to do it for any amount of money. Alright, we have 6 turns left on the Wog. Wog army is looking pretty healthy, but maybe as weak as a Wog army could possibly be. What's Jufbar looking like? So Jufbar has more than no army, which is a shame. It's not what you want to hear. I'm still looking at this and thinking that it might happen. Alright, let's play up north here first. So I'm gonna have you move very slightly south. Okay. There is an army in Needling.
Absolutely not.
That's a thing we gotta worry about.
Let's get stabby.
I'm gonna try to block them. Oof. Yeah, give it a shot. Critical failure, of course. Instantly wounded. He's been on the map for like 2 turns. Do you have movement to attack Mordheim? Of course you do. Well, I don't know why I even asked. Alright, go back to Essen. You need the healing time. You gotta get full up again before Gelt arrives. And you... Okay. Keep an eye on what's going on around here. It looks like Azhag is clear to do the thing, which I'm pretty happy about. I think Oglok should have no problems pursuing, like, I'm assuming that guy just ran to Kappelberg. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. They're running a lot of tiny armies over here. Todbringer's force is right there, which is probably not going to be an issue. We definitely took more damage there than we should have, because auto-resolve is not kind. Do we want to just sack this and back off? I guess I don't need to commit here. I'm wondering if we might have the movement range necessary to attack Todbringer. Because if we could catch his army now, that'd be pretty great. They can't take us. I'm going to just raise this. Like I said, I don't want that around anymore. And then you can go into raiding mode, which will at least enable a small amount of replenishment. And unless Todbringer has another full army nearby, this should be a pretty safe place for us to do this. He is not up to the task.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, especially with this army composition. He's really not going to be able to do anything. Alright, I should also make sure that we're spending our scrap here. So all of the important units got their scrap upgrades. What about these archers? Do I want 25% reduction in firing reload time, or do I want the aim? Because these are fanatics, we often get them closer than they need to be anyway. I think faster fire rate is probably a little bit better on them. And then we... Wait, scrap saddles? We're getting a bad mouse over here. Bad tooltip. Okay, and then he's probably going to stay on boys for a while, right? Because we can't actually afford to run better units for him. So plus 40 missile parry, or I'm just gonna buy wizardly weapons for a bunch of these boys. We're gonna have the really wounded unit be the last priority, obviously. I think we just barely don't have enough scrap for all of the units. Okay. I do love a good wizardly weapon, and now the scrap saddles are just attached to my cursor indefinitely. Well, that's fun. Alright. Let's do this thing. Oh, it's actually giving me... It's not going to make any manual of that at all. I'll take it. I thought for sure it was going to force us to manually... Oof, wow. Wow, that's a lot of money. Alright, we can absolutely do that this way. And hey, look at that. We finally got control of this. Alright, so it doesn't look like there's an army in Jufbar. I'm assuming that Jufbar's army is fighting the Bloody Spears, right? So what's Castle Drakenhof look like? It looks like it really needs some repairs, and we probably don't need these basic recruitment structures here, like especially that one. I might want to leave the Obedience building, but I think we can probably cut this. It's just wild to me that they don't have the gold mine up. I assumed we were going to inherit a gold mine here. They really showed me who's boss. This is probably actually worth picking up. And then we just have all the money. We have 100% of the dollars. Nagenhof, I'm going to go ahead and... we're going to go ahead and build up some defenses there. So, at this point, we could start putting another army together. If we wanted. Just, like, start building something maybe in Hell Pit where we have some recruitment structures. And I'm just thinking, maybe we do want the upgrade to the Obedience building for the corruption benefits. I mean, there's no reason not to build it, right? At this point, we have infinite money. Yeah, just have an army in place to maybe do something there. If we want to have an army that we can use to fight chaos, we're going to have to start putting it together soon, certainly, at the very least. Yeah, I think I might go for that. That could be Rachnik's Spider Claw. Or maybe we don't build it here. What do I get easily from here? Doom Divers, Cavalry, and Black Orcs. That's actually not bad. And then the spider units that he would want come in one turn from the global pool. How expensive is that going to be? It's 2,200 gold per turn just for Rachnik before. I don't know, man. That might be too much. I'm gonna let it ride for a moment here. So I think we're cool for this turn. Yeah, I'm not overjoyed about Balthazar Gelt here. I'm hoping that he decides to head south. He could just go to Mordheim and retake it, and if he does, then we're going to have a little bit of a situation. But I'm hoping that he thinks it's more important to deal with Azhag. I wouldn't hold my breath on it, though. My guess is he's going to Mordheim. So if he takes Mordheim, I don't know that Washampa's army is going to be in a position to fight back, even after one more turn of replenishment. Also, I wish the scraps... Okay, dude. Just runs right past my army, and he sacks the city in front of me rather than taking it. It's just bad manners. He has thrown away his army intentionally, just to be insulting. I mean, I sort of have to respect it, like a little bit. I'm gonna not take a defensive alliance with you. Also, I'm sure the Scrap Saddles tooltip will clear the next time we go into battle, which is probably going to be in a second here. I bet we'll have to resolve the Todbringer thing manually. Oh, the chaos. Oh, so much chaos. So they're raiding the hell out of my territory. Oh, there's that Jufbar army. Turns out they do exist. Interesting that they went to Cragmere, that they went to a minor settlement instead of their major settlement. They might be in a position where we could just burn them down, and then we could take Jufbar, maybe? Under Morslib's Glare, you know what? I can pay 1,500 gold for a buff. That is a thing that we can do at this moment. Alright, yeah, raiding is happening. Lots and lots of raiding. Various garrisons are being assaulted. We are minus 11 public order here. How much money am I making? It's 1,000 gold per turn, so I'm a little reluctant to turn it off. Alright, let's do this thing. Todbringer's army is... You're kidding me. Are they really just outside my movement range? No, they are not. There is no red in that arrow. They are just inside my movement range. And they did a full march, so they should be pretty easy to take out. I don't like the way this looks. We're going to do this manually. I'm absolutely going to hand those guys control of that. I'm pretty sure that'll clear the bad tooltip. Alright, so we just have to be a little bit smart here. They have somehow gotten up to a reasonably full-sized army here. I guess Regiment of Renown recruitment comes in handy. It seems like the Reichland... I haven't played Reichland since they got updated, but it seems like they have multiple Regiment of Renown pools that allow all of their armies to have many, many Regiment of Renown units at the same time, which is a little annoying for us. Alright, well, we're going to do the same thing that we did the last couple of times, because it worked really well. All of my units go in the back, and just wait a little bit. Alright. Even further back. Do not let yourself get hell batteried. Can I not? Why can I not do the thing? Oh, because I didn't actually... Right, the button that says start... the first button that says start is not start battle, it's start deployment. That would be why. Okay, Biggins on 1, normal boar boys on 2, and you guys on 3. Alright. So what are we looking at in terms of formation? They got their Hellstorm rocket batteries way off to the back. Not unreasonable. Cloudbringer on his flying horse got beaten pretty badly by Oglok last time, if I remember correctly, although that may have involved us ganging up on him, you know, as we often do. Let's let our allies get into position here. You know, they do like to take their time. So the Tempelhof Luminarch over there is basically a big laser cannon, and it has, I believe, a couple charges of that net spell that light mages can cast. So it can be pretty dangerous, especially in conjunction with Hellstorm Rocket Battery or 2, for the way that it pins your units in place and then just lets the artillery hammer them. My dudes, they're in place and they're just not doing anything. Great. This time they want me to lead. I don't want to lead. I want to be lazy and make you guys do all the work. Alright, well, I don't know that there's anything here that we need to be particularly afraid of. I guess we'll just roll forward. I don't know exactly how far forward they're going to have to go for that. And then everybody except you and you has orders to move up, like, I don't know, this far. We'll see. See how that looks. Because we want to be in a position to support the catapults, but we definitely don't want to enter the range of their siege units before they enter the range of our stuff. And I guess you guys should maybe actually back up. Although I'm gonna have these guys go this way. The normal boar boys should be in position to sweep over here. I can't believe they're just gonna sit back and wait. What a bunch of assholes. We're getting pretty close to it being battle time. Okay, there they go. They remembered that the battle is happening. Oglok is still just hanging out on the side over here. Okay. So it is clear to me that we need to advance our position. We're going to be in rocket battery range, which I don't love, but we don't really have a lot of choice here. Looks like we're right at the edge of rocket battery range with the catapults right now. I guess you know what? I'm going to try to keep the infantry out of rocket battery range. We've provoked our allies into moving forward. That might be good enough. And then once they're taking rocket battery shots, we can... Because you can see the rocket battery has pretty poor accuracy. When it's able to fire into massed infantry like this, it can be really devastating. But in a lot of cases, like siege weapon versus siege weapon combat, it leaves a little something to be desired. Oh no, wait. That's the wrong group of guys. Stay over there. This unit. This is the unit that I want to run over here. We just need to make sure that they understand that they are in danger. And they do have some knights, but I'm not super worried. No, you guys need to, I think, at this point, just charge the Hellstorm rocket battery. Hell with everything else. Kind of looks like their knights want to fight my anti-large dudes, which I'm actually 100% cool with. The boar boy charge should be an easy win there. Yep, the Empire Knights are getting absolutely flattened. And we'll come over here and we'll contribute a little bit to this. I was gonna have Oglok fly over and fight them, and you know what? I am going to. Okay. Hellstorm battery moved up enough that it can shoot at the infantry, so there's no reason for the infantry not to charge at this point. Let's make sure that you guys are not running way out in front of everybody. You also need to not do that. Okay. And I mean, that Hellstorm rocket battery is not long for this world. Alright, go get him. They're going to try to use a small number of swordsmen to defend against this charge, and I don't think it's going to work. Actually, Oglok being able to hold up this many of their units, like him pulling 3 units onto himself, is probably pretty good for us. Looks like the guys on the rocket battery have been... yeah, they have been separated from their siege gear forcibly, which is real good news for us. So these boar boys come in and participate, and this looks like a wonderful spot for a foot. I don't know if we're actually going to have a very easy time damaging the Templehof Luminarch with these guys. I'd definitely much rather have the boar boy biggins on that job. We don't need to stay engaged with these actual melee units. Let's make sure that our boar boy biggins over here aren't spending too much time in contact with the enemy. Basically, like, hit your charge and then back out, right? Go on and get those guys. Looks like a lot of our units are not even necessarily going to be needed. Right, like a lot of this looks very under control. Boy, that did nothing, huh? Go smash those guys up. Oglok's doing fine work. I'm gonna have Oglok come over here and help with the Lord combat. Cloudbringer's getting beat up, but he could be getting beat up worse. Also, the fact that he wants to have that fight near as many of our units as possible is very comforting to me. Got a lot of charging going on. We should probably put these guys on guard mode. I don't actually want you chasing people. Alright, so we got some good aerial combat going on here. Can I get some poison on Mr. Tallbringer? He's doing too well in the battle. We gotta give him the old Hamlet treatment. Alright, so we broke in most of them. They have a couple units of flagellants who will not surrender. They will fight to the death, and we will make sure that they do so. But, yeah, battle's already over. Pretty easy, pretty low casualty. I mean, I can't imagine these guys are going to last very long. Flagellants basically fight naked. And just look at what they're up against. I wouldn't... Listen, I never want a troll to aggressively vomit on me, but I especially don't want a troll to aggressively vomit on me while I'm naked. I don't know why, but somehow that just seems like it would make it worse. And then here come the Black Orcs, finally getting involved a little bit. Wow, look at that dude. Just how many overhead axe strikes? Never mind. I was going to say, how many overhead axe strikes can one man survive? It turns out that number. We just saw how many. All right, these tiny little human armies are not doing so well. You know, we haven't gotten a Wog in the last couple of fights. I wonder if it's the case that troops controlled by your AI troops controlled by your Wog troops, when controlled by the AI, do not contribute to your Wog meter, because they definitely do when you're controlling them directly, right? So we might, by handing over stuff to AI control, we might be denying ourselves some buffs. I mean, it's fine. I don't really care that much. But in closer battles, in bigger, more difficult battles, it actually could matter. So with Todbringer dead, and them not having Kappelberg to grow new units out of. Hopefully we will see the end of the incursions up here, at least for the moment, and maybe Oglok has to turn around and get ready to deal with Chaos, because they're going to be a problem. Let's definitely grab Deadly Onslaught for you. And then there's nothing left for you to take except Headbutt. You know, there comes a time in every shaman's life when he sadly must take the terrible Headbutt. I'm going to... What do I want to do? Well, first of all, I'm going to do this. That's a no-brainer. Then let's build Raiden stashes, which is great in Wolfenburg for a bunch of reasons. And then do we want to just like start putting together a recruitment structure? I might want to have a forward recruiting position for Black Orcs. Right, it was gonna be Bekoffen, but by the time by the time we're really in position to set it up, it looks like that's no longer really sensible. I'm not going to bother trying to improve Mordheim, because I think Mordheim's probably just going to die. Essen should definitely get some proper defenses, and your army's pretty close to full health again. Gelt is coming in with some serious stuff. So, do I want to attempt the Mordheim ambush? It might honestly be better to let him have Mordheim and then fight him there. I'm looking at this army composition and thinking that the ambush probably doesn't actually help that much. Like, do we want to be right up on top of all these greatswords? We could get the 4 ranged units he has. We could maybe... Yeah, no. We definitely do want to be able to ambush him, because, like, being able to start on top of the Hellstorm rocket battery is certainly helpful. But are we in a position, realistically, to win this fight, is the real question. I guess spinning loonies are particularly terrifying here. But with his army still not quite at full, he's not really in a position to receive any backup either. Oh hey, our dude has maxed out his level. I guess he will take 1 point of steel technology because there's actually nothing else he can do. You could start turning around, but I mean, it's going to be a lot of turns before you're back in a position to actually do anything.
I will not shame my clan.
Can't quite see what your deal is. I'm just going to go take Jufbar. Oh, no I'm not. Barundin Stoneheart thinks that that's a bad idea, and I have to agree with him. Well, definitely get this gold mine going. We certainly need the money. So that's a little tricky. We could actually be in a little bit of trouble here. Alright, I'm gonna have Wazhampa move south. I'm gonna basically just cede Mordheim, and honestly Essen. I don't think the dwarves would attack right away. I think they would siege Drakenhof, and we may need this army as reinforcements if we're going to survive that. And then you cannot attempt to assault those units because your chance of success is basically 0. Why are you... You're too bad at everything. Yeah, what's the story with that? Man, him being level 1, I guess. It's a real problem. Well... You can't attempt to kill anybody? Oh no, okay, you have a 14% chance here. Go for it. Critical failure. Of course it did. Of course it not just failed, but critically failed. Alright. Are you guys all 80 scrap for upgrades? I think they are. Yeah. Well, I think I probably just save up then. Gelt could make this a little awkward for us. There's no reason for Oglok to... Just to be clear, we can't do the non-aggression pact, right? I have a ton of money. I'm willing to offer a very large payment at this point. How about 20,000 gold? Likelihood of success high. Hold on a second now. Let's pull that number down a little bit. What about this? 77? Okay. I'm pretty sure that the AI never turns down a likelihood of success high. I've never seen it happen. How about 10? I mean, listen, I want it, but I want it as cheaply as possible. Moderate? Okay. Now, it's important to remember, there's nothing preventing them from just breaking that and attacking us. We have to hope that they're AIs of their word. Because they absolutely could. The reason you wouldn't break a non-aggression pact and immediately attack somebody is because you'd be worried about what it does to your diplomatic standing. Probably goes without saying, they don't really care about their diplomatic standing. So, we'll just hope. And with that being the case, I think it's reasonable for us to march him back toward Bekoven. He will not be needed in the north, we think. Alright. Let's see what the dwarves of Jufbar do. Pretty bummed out to find out that they have a stack and a half ready to defend against my push. I mean, it makes sense. The Bloody Spears are not... the Bloody Spears, last time we saw them, had nothing in the power bar at all. They had no troops. So it's not like Jufbar needs to defend their eastern front. So I guess we'll just... we'll hope that we'll hope the Bloody Spears get their stuff together and actually start providing some push. Their heroes are so numerous. Alright, Gelt's probably just going to take, either Mordheim or Essen. This is a weird thing that the AI is doing now, where they move some of their armies around into attack positions and then go do other stuff and then come back and actually launch the attack. I'm not sure why. Oh, they didn't launch the attack. Balthazar Gelt, with 30 units worth of violence, just went into siege mode against a settlement that doesn't have even the most basic garrison building? Seems like a strange choice to me. Alright, so basically we step aside and we let those guys come through. Okay, and then we have an interesting decision to make. Obviously, we want Jufbar. I would like that trophy. But if I don't take this peace treaty, then we can't really move Azheg the Slaughterer away. I'm gonna deny. I'm gonna reject it. I think we can make this work. Okay, weird move there. I guess they're... No, I don't know what that was about. I was about to say, like, oh, here's how this makes sense. But no, I got nothing for you. Alright, they're still raiding me. It's still a bad time. And of course, we are still subject to roughly 8,000 hero actions every single turn. Because, boy, they have a lot of heroes.
Ready for bossing!
So yeah, Essen has 6... Why do this? Why encircle a 6-unit garrison? It kind of makes me wonder if they're up to something? Like, I don't know what I mean by that, what it could be. So now, Jufbar's garrison is 9 units plus, it was like a 12-unit army? They swapped the bigger army into the place that was better defended. So Jufbar is more conquerable than it was before. And I mean, should we take advantage of that? If we win this battle with any reasonable number of troops left, and then Barundin Stoneheart has to come in and attack me with my defensive position being superior, I mean, we could probably do this. I'm gonna go for it. It should be a fairly simple win, I would think. I guess. I mean, they do have some decent siege stuff. They have gyrocopters and whatnot. We could just take the auto-resolve, and it looks like it would put us in a victorious position, and I think we'll still be okay. We have very quick replenishment. I think I'm just going to take this. That didn't even really turn out that poorly. We definitely don't want to do a sack. Let's do loot and occupy, because we do not have the movement to re-attack after being pushed back. And we have successfully occupied the Wog target, and I think we're in plenty good shape to resist a counterattack. All right, so let's repair. I do want to repair this. This building for some reason wasn't damaged, which is unusual. And then I don't know that we need a fighting pit, but I also don't think we need that slot for anything else right away, so let's do one of those. And then I think we still don't want to do research this turn. We do, however, want to upgrade this. Boy, I just don't even know... I don't even know what to think about the behavior that we're seeing down to our south. Alright, let's see if we can actually get the defenses up around Zavastra. Finally, for the first time. It's baffling, is what it is. So, how far can he move, do we think? Oh, extremely far. Like, really, as far as he would like, basically. Much further than any of my stuff. Did I leave you enough movement to drop? Yeah, we can drop back into normal move. It looks to me like if they push all the way north to attack us, we'll fall back outside of their attack range. But I do want to leave them the option in case they want to do that instead of attacking Essen, which is, like, objectively wrong, but totally might be a thing they would go for anyway. And then Waldenhof has a little bit of a garrison, so I think what I'm going to do here is one of these. Lay an ambush outside of Waldenhof and hope that they decide to go after it. I mean, I can't imagine he doesn't just take Essen. But then I would have told you he's definitely not going to do the thing he has done here as well, so who knows. Let's grab some upgrades. Definitely seems like a bonus versus infantry kind of situation. Alright, let's hope that Balthazar Gelt is very stupid and that Burundan Stoneheart... his army's not that good. It's a large dwarf army, but it's a lot of basic troops. They're high level, but they're pretty basic. He does have 2 cannons. And while cannons are not the best anti-infantry artillery weapons, they are still pretty alright in the hands of dwarves. Dwarven siege crews, pretty good at their jobs. All we have to do is hold for 1 turn, though. If they fail to take Jufbar back from us this turn, I can't imagine they'll get it back at all. We'll be too healthy for them to get any vengeance on. And then it'll just be, a few turns before we're ready to Wog again after this. So our ambush held. They do not realize that we are here. They're going to make whatever decision they make. Oh, this is a reasonable reason for them to have ignored Mordheim at first, because they can take it with their smaller army and still use the larger army to do the other thing. Yep, not my primary concern. Right now we're just making sure that we control Dwarfburg. So by the end of Reikland's turn, they are judged to be roughly as powerful as we are. This will be Grimgor's Wog that failed. I don't remember who he declared it against, so it's hard for us to derive a lot of information from that. Just hope that these Chaos dudes get through our territory quickly, because they are really wrecking the place up as they run by. Here comes Jufbar. Oh, they chose not to attack us. Well then, I think this has gone splendidly. Yeah, we will almost certainly win our Wog now. Recruitment cost down or leadership up. We're probably not going to be doing a ton of recruiting here. So yeah, we just need to have control of Jufbar in 3 turns to get our reasonably good trophy. Our not the smallest available trophy, which is a nice change of pace. 2 turns until we have a decent garrison, a better garrison than they ever bothered to put up. And then, I mean, they could have guys at Grom Peak. It's possible. 1 turn until we have a better garrison here. You know what? I probably shouldn't play any more turns. I'm not 100% sure how we're going to deal with the Balthazar Gelt problem. It's probably safe for it to just be Oglok and Wazhumpa gang up on him. Because, like I said, I think we've cleaned this up enough, and if Zavastra can just be left alone for a few more turns, it'll have proper walls, and everything will finally be secure-ish. But we know that the Empire is rated as about as militarily powerful as we are, so probably we're looking at 3 stacks of dudes at least beyond the ones we see here. So who knows? Who knows where they might be? In any case, I think that is probably where we have to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time tomorrow, we are going to successfully conclude this WOG, which is a thing that I thought was almost certainly not going to happen at the beginning of it. And then, hopefully, we can continue to press other people into doing all of our work for us. And we'll see you then.